Okay, so in this video, we're going to explore how to put together an app that could store people's phone numbers and then let us find somebody's phone number by asking for their name. So we're going to call this phone numbers. I'll be the name of this app. And to put together this app, we want to have two text inputs, one of which will represent the person's name, the other of which will represent the person's phone number. And then what we'll do is we'll have a button, and what that button will do is actually add that name and number to our local storage. And then we'll have another text input where we can ask, given somebody's name, now show me the phone number. So let's start putting this together. I'm going to use a row for my text boxes to be next to each other. So I'm going to have one text input and then another one. And now notice that they're conveniently next to each other. And each one can have a hint saying what kind of information you're putting in. So this first one is going to be a name. I'm going to call this the name input. And then this one will be the number. So we'll say phone number as the hint. And we're going to call this the number input, like so. And so now I'm going to want to have some buttons. And the idea of the button is to actually store it. So I'm going to call this button store. And actually, I want to put these in a row as well. So I'm going to have a store and retrieve. So let's row up there. Button Kevin. Okay, good. So we have the store button, and let's change its identity to be the store button. And then I'm going to add another button, which is going to be called retrieve. And make this the retrieve button. So you can enter the name and number here in store, and then you can enter just a name here and retrieve and then get a phone number. But we need somewhere to put it. We need somewhere to retain this information. And to that end, there's this data section. And what we're going to be using is called local storage. And so what local storage means is this is stuff data that's stored by this app on the phone, just locally right there on the app. And there are other kinds of data storage, and they get progressively. But the local storage, that tends to be very straightforward. So that's what we're going to use for this app. So now it's time to program the buttons. So I'm going to start with the store button. When the store button gets clicked, what I want to do is grab that name and number and put them in my local storage. So in local storage, I can save, get, and remove data. So this is going to be saving data. And when I save data, I give it a key and a value. The key is what you look it up as. So if you imagine a phone book, if any of you are old enough to even imagine phone books, you would page through the phone book, which was alphabetized, and find somebody's last name. And then you would look on the page for where their last name entry is. And there you would find the number. And so that's the name being a key. And then the number is a value that you find. So a key is something that it's indexed on or sorted on in some way. So the key will be the text from name input. And the value will be the text from number input. Now, when the save is done, what we actually want to do is erase those text boxes so that you can enter something else. So we're going to come down to our name input, and we are going to set the text to be absolutely nothing. And we will do the same thing with our number input. Whoops, I clicked the hint. not the text, but I'll just change it to the text. And so that's what the store button does. Now we can try this out, and it'll actually work. So I'm bringing up the app right now. It just takes a second to wake my phone up. And so I bring it up, and I type in a name, and I type in a phone number, and then I click store, and they magically vanish. They go away. They've been stored, of course, but now I need a way to get them back so I can actually see something. So that's where my retrieve button comes in. So when my retrieve button is clicked, I'm going to do a get on my local storage. So I'm going to ask local storage to give me the value associated with the name in the main input. And so when it's done, I am going to set the text for my number input to be the value that comes back when I do the lookup. So I'm going to type the name I used there. I'm going to click retrieve, and now the number comes back. And you can really store as much as you want using this technique. You can have as many names as you want, each associated with numbers. And as I hope you can see, this technique is going to be useful for a lot of different apps. Anytime you want to store something that's indexed in some way, that you can get the information back somehow using some text, you'll find this technique to be useful, the idea of using the local storage. So have fun.